Hi, I'm Danny with Otto & Sons. Welcome here to our backyard orchard. This is our apricot, and we're going to talk about how we're going to do our winter pruning. This is a pixie cot, and then we also have a Blenheim planted right next to it. We did a high density planting here. We wanted to shove in as many trees into our backyard orchard as we could. So I wanted to talk to you about how we're going to do our winter pruning here. So let's get into it. This one is a great example of broken branches and crossing branches, and that's really where we're going to start on our winter pruning. We really want to be pruning for structure and make sure that we clean it up so we don't have a bunch of crossing branches or old broken branches. So I always like to start with crossing branches. I got my loppers ready, and we're going to start here down in the middle. So we had a spot last year where we left a couple branches because we wanted to just kind of see how they developed. We have this one here that's obviously crossing with this branch. So we're going to take it out right there. It's also heading straight up into the canopy, so we'll pull that out. Now, right next to that, we have this vigorous branch is crossing with this vigorous branch. It's a hard decision here of which one you want to get rid of. I am going to get rid of this branch here because it directly goes and butts up into this other very nice structural branch. And I'm actually going to leave this one. We'll talk about that in just a minute on why we're doing it. So let's try and get in here and pull that one out. Okay, there's our apricot. Cut that branch out. Okay, so this branch is also kind of crowding out with everything else here. However, it's got a lot of great fruiting wood on it. So I'm gonna be greedy and we're gonna leave this branch here, but we're probably gonna pull it out on our summer pruning just to clear it out so we can get some good bud development. We've got good wood here, good fruiting wood here. All these spurs are gonna make nice apricots for us this next year. But I've also got a lot more here. So I have a lot of apricot jam we need to make. So we're gonna leave that branch for this time. We're gonna pull out, we'll take out this little twig here just because it's overlapping. Now on apricots, we don't tip these back because the majority of our good buds are on the tips of these branches that developed over the summer. So we're not gonna tip these back. These are gonna set here on the tip, and this is a nice strong branch. It's gonna hold those apricots no problem. Now this branch is broken, so we're gonna cut that back. That's Great Dane damage from our new puppy. So we'll cut that back. But then I'm just gonna go around. We're gonna check for major kind of like, here's a good example. Come over here of another crossing branch. So we've got in here, we got this little weak branch that just comes all the way down from the middle and just kind of meanders its way out. We're just gonna take that off. We don't need that branch, okay? Same thing here. We've got this branch. It comes up way down to the base, kind of meanders through. It's not going to do us any good. Let's just pull that out. Same thing. Here's another one. Here's another one. Okay, just getting in the way of other branches. So we go around, generally looking okay. These little fruiting spurs is what we want, so we're going to leave those, and I'll probably come through and clean these up over like I said, on our summer pruning. So this is our pixie cot. I'm not going to do a whole lot here. This pixie cot really gets overshadowed by our Blenheim Royal over here. This is a miniature, what's called a miniature apricot. It doesn't grow that fast. This, however, is not. This is a semi-dwarf. It's grown quite well. It's probably been a poor placement in our orchard. If we were gonna go do it again, we probably wouldn't plant our Blenheim at the front. We would have put it more on the back, maybe swapped it out with this sad little pear here that you can't even see behind me. But it's getting too tall. So I can't pick my fruit up there, and I'm lazy and don't like picking fruit on ladders. So we're gonna do a little winter pruning size control on this guy. And I'm pretty much just gonna go wherever my loppers can reach, and we're just gonna take those down because it's not gonna help us at all. Oh, it's poking me in the neck. So it's not gonna help us at all for next year to have a bunch of fruit up top. Now, one thing that's nice about this is as we pull off these branches, actually I'm gonna go a little bit more on this one, we are going to increase the amount of energy that this tree has to send to the branches we leave behind. So we're just doing a little size control here. Don't feel bad about it. Yes, you're losing some fruiting wood. So if you're going for maximum pounds, sure, let it go. But as we prune this back, this is gonna be great. Now look, see, we cut off this little branch here. There's a couple buds here, but all of these are just gonna set beautifully. So it's okay that we took off that height. Well, we might have gone 6 inches higher. We could have left those two, but it's okay. So on and so forth. Just gonna take those off. It's getting a little too high. I got one more over here, or a couple more over here that I'm gonna tip these back so it's not poking me in the face while I'm walking by. We're gonna take this guy off. We're gonna take this guy off up here. that one. Yeah, we'll take that one and that one. Okay, so that's size control. So now I can reach the majority of this. There's a couple left up there, but that's okay. They'll live to fight another day. There's not really any major structural issues down here in the base of the tree that we're worried about at this point. No major crossing, no big branches just shooting up from the bottom, going straight up through the canopy. So generally we're doing okay here. Now the reason for that is we did a lot of that pruning in our summer pruning where we got rid of some of these springtime runners and things like that. Here's a broken branch from the dog. So we're just gonna pretty much call it good at that point. There's a couple branches, like here's one I see that's kind of long and spindly coming through the middle. So we might clean those up later on down the road. But for now, that's about it for our winter pruning. Now it doesn't look like we did very much here, and that's because we've been very aggressive the last couple of years trying to build that structure and make sure we end up at the right point. And we're definitely gonna come in here and do a summer pruning that's a little bit more aggressive and really kind of cleans up the middles and things like that when we kind of see where things are at. So thanks for watching this one on apricots.